Ah, greetings, friend. Right, so here I am once again with the old Stooges. D12 with the Stooges, a Christmas story. Um, so, heeding the advice of my last video, I put vengeance on the dual laser ship. It has taken a little getting used to because I don't have EMP here. Also, to keep this ship whole, above 2000, but that hasn't really been too bad. Through some trial and error, I have found a method that kind of works for this vengeance here, right? Um, but everything else is pretty much the same. I put decoy on the battery ship. I don't know if I showed that last time or not. And yeah, so spawn here is pretty average, although we do have two bombers adjacent to the spawn sector, which is a bit rude because this build really struggles with having to dodge bomber rockets in the starter sector because can't really shoot them down with the rocket launcher ship. So, but overall, pretty average spawn for DRS-12. Luckily, we do have two P-11s here, so no storms getting in the way and whatnot. So, and usually in this situation it's a bit of a panic because I don't know what to start with. Do I leap into the sector first? Do I use Alpha Wamp on this sector instead? And, I should also move my battery ship onto one of these Hydras, but I might need it to shoot down these rockets because it can shoot down rockets even without Solitude being active. So, it's a bit of a bit of a toss up as to what to do. So I moved down here just to avoid the rockets, just in case they land. Left the battle ship there because I kind of forgot to teleport it down to a Hydra there. Use my Alpha Wimp on this sector just to dig into it a little bit. The poor positioning of the bomber and the Phoenix wasn't ideal to keep my ramp going, so it's a bit of a shame. Come over here and kill this bomber right quick since it's pretty quick to do so. Start following that bomber around. Move out of the way of the explosion range of the docking point there. So I crippled this sector pretty decently. A mostly dead bomber, half dead, kinda half dead Phoenix. No signals or guardians left. So exit the sector. Start knocking out this thing. But I saw an opportunity here because the Phoenix was leaving the bomber alone. I could possibly snipe that bomber. And these Hydrolings could easily be taken out by my dual laser there. I did use Suspend just for the darts to not hurt so badly, but also to keep the storms in check, although I didn't quite kill that one. I thought I could. It also has the side benefit of making it so the Hydra's, not the Hydra, the Phoenix's dual laser can't shoot down my rockets, but battery is so strong that I kind of killed it before I had the chance, or it had a chance to. Over here, barely killing the Hydrolings before the ghosts flew in. I luckily saw that, so I used my decoy to not take too much damage. Now, the thing with Vengeance is I don't really need it in the beginning, so it's okay if it triggers early on. I only need it towards the end. You'll see why. And yeah, if I didn't have to spend here, the ship would have been dead with all those darts and whatnot. Again, Andreas, please get rid of the target switch delay. There's no reason for it, like at all. At all. For any weapon, really. Since these are just a couple of storms, the dozer can sit on here since it's cooling down. Come over here, heal off of the Hydra, and between these two ships, I should not lose too much hull, or even my shield. Okay, maybe I will lose my shield to this. Just barely. Just barely. So, entry sectors are clear. decent timing, a little slow, but concerning the nonsense that was there, not too bad. And now I have to divide and conquer and expand my my territory, as it were. So, dodge these ghosts, let the Dozer take the brunt of that. I could have healed here. I just kind of forgot about it, but yeah, moving away from the ghosts really saves a lot of hull doing that. I saw my opportunity here to leap onto the destroyer since the Phoenix. I was luring the Phoenix up here, and a bonus: these ghosts don't exist anymore. Yeah, I should have EMP'd there because if I EMP'd both of these ships, that would have been quite a few rockets landing on them right there. But I teleported in a bad position, so it's fine. And because this ship had triggered this bomber's rockets, I could teleport onto it and snipe it down without taking any rocket fire. And I didn't see these two bombers down here, so wait for these to fire and teleport down there to deal with them. Now, because there's two of them and also a couple of guardians that are in the way, I'm going to burn an EMP to guarantee I kill them. And at this point, I realized my Alpha Lamp was back off cooldown. Now, you would think I would use Vengeance early on, like right here, but no. I have tested doing that, and it's not ideal because the Phoenix and Hydra tend to be separated a lot, and I can't build my ramp high enough to instantly kill the second destroyer over here. So I just stick to what I normally do. Teleport onto the destroyer, and as soon as my teleport gets off cooldown, teleport onto the next destroyer, and my duelies will be full ramp at that point, or it should be. And with any luck, I will keep this ramp going to weaken this sector, which I was lucky enough. The Hydra and Phoenix were right next to each other and kind of on top of each other, or within firing range, so this sector is pretty much clear except for the carrier. This one just has a most kind of injured Phoenix, right? And this one I didn't touch at all, so pretty decent start here. The ghost snuck up on me there. Luckily, I didn't have EMP, but I did have decoy to sort of delay that. And yeah, so at this point, I decided to, once again, test out trying to defend and clear with this build. And let me tell you, it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. It's doable. And maybe if I played on PC instead of doing this on mobile, it might have been okay. But as it stands right now, it's a bit rough. But you'll see. So let the civilian in. To kind of let it do its thing. Take a breather. Let my modules cool down a little bit here and there. So I don't want to knock out this bomber since it was the only one left. I mean, there was one here, but I didn't see that one at all. So I just thought that this was the only one here. But yeah, lure the fire out over here and teleport down, and also has the side benefit of sort of grouping up this sector a little bit. Not entirely grouped up, but decent enough. Teleported here just to get the attention of those ghosts. Sniped that bomber. Now, I did use Suspend because I was going to try to sit here with Suspend and sort of kill everything with it, but all these Serbs kind of stacked up. Like, they were already on this side of the sector, so I kind of messed that up. I probably shouldn't have used Suspend and just saved it and teleported out. But yeah, I was going to try to do the thing where I sit here with Suspend and kill each ship as they come in, because they crawl so slowly that they, they can't gang up on me like they normally would. Also, I saw this bomber here at this point, and I was like, okay, well, maybe this was a bad idea. So, but luckily that Suspend did save this ship's life, so I guess it wasn't entirely in vain. So here, I did see these ghosts, don't worry. I just wanted to leap here, just to get the leap on cooldown, get out of the way. Sadly wasn't big enough to hit all the Serbs, but just about all of them. And at that point, because I did this kind of back to back, I leaped down here, so I got the laser to take care of those ghosts and move the battery ship out of the sector so we can Solitude can do its thing and move the transport out of the way as well. um, so far so good. Nothing too drastic. But just wait until Andres likes to spit his ghosts and interceptors at your civilian ships. That's when trouble tends to arise. And just like my Alpha Wamp build with mass battery, it takes so long to defend that my Alpha Wamp comes back off cooldown. And at this point is when I use Vengeance. Just to clear everything out, right? Because there is one small thing that I discovered about the carrier. Um, I'll show it off when it's relevant, but yeah, just keep that in mind. The carrier is like the only big ship in here. There's a couple of hydrolings that I kind of overlooked, but they're not in the way. Time getting low once again. Luckily, the ghost went down that way. At this point, I'm kind of trying to decide. I wanted to clear this sector out, but try, every time I try to, something else pops up that prevents me from doing so, which is easy because all I have to do is just go on this asteroid, um, lure everything to this asteroid, or any asteroid, but this one's kind of the least dangerous, and then walk away and have them all grouped up so I can blow them all up at once. Um, but yeah, it didn't really happen that way. Also, for some reason, I don't know what's going on with the D12 ghosts. This is a normal spawn of ghosts, right? But for some reason, my rockets have a hard time shooting them down. Like, I don't know if there's more of them or if they're just more separated. But in DRS-11, the splash damage from the rocket launcher could pretty much, double tap a ghost spawn. But in D12, for some reason, there are a few stragglers there. So I don't know if I'm just misremembering my time in DRS-11 with this build, or if there's something more to the ghosts, the regular ghosts, not the big spawn ghosts like the regular ones here. Down here, I wanted to do what I was trying to do earlier, so I used my decoy since I don't have EMP to help me out here. I had to move away because I was on the wrong side of everyone, so I was still getting hit before they would target the decoy, but that's fine. This is good enough. However, this ghost spawned in right when I was not expecting that, and I could have waited. I could have, but I figured I should be fine to teleport an EMP onto this sector. I should have done it here because I fired a rocket already, but I kind of waited a little bit for some reason. Yeah, I fired at the ghosts. I don't know why. I guess they were closer than whatever I fired at it. Okay, I probably fired at this Sentinel, and I moved outside of the range of that Sentinel, and so my targeting went to the ghosts. So, it didn't work out. Yeah, so my shield killed the ghosts, but not enough shield to kill these Sentinels here. Okay, I guess there were, but so I got Guardians here. So yeah, that was a bit of a fluke on my end. I was planning to just teleport EMP, let the rocket kill them all, but no such luck. But luckily, I do have Leap to patch this up, and you had to move away from those. Like that was a big spawn of ghosts, and luckily moving away does make it so you don't take much damage. But I was a little slow on the draw there, but not too bad. So finally got rid of that sector at long last, so I can tackle these two from any angle. Well, any angle that is within the star itself. And yeah, you'll see, I was having a hard time keeping up with the time here. Now, if this was a regular run and I had 4 transports loading, wouldn't be as much of an issue. But having just one, my RSLE is only 14, so it only adds like a minute and 40, which I guess is a lot. But when I have to dodge, duck, and weave from the ghosts and the interceptors, but a bit of trouble there. So here's the big thing that I found out in one of my test runs: carriers do not run from your rockets. Yeah, that's pretty huge. So that means I can use Vengeance. Yeah, I did not see that at all. I just saw that at the corner of my eye. I was a little late on that decoy drone there. And just ignore that Guardian hitting me. It's okay. But yeah, so I can use Vengeance to kill everything except the carrier, which is pretty easy. And I kind of isolate the signals upon leaving the sector, which is usually pretty easy to do. And then kind of snipe the carrier, which is pretty big because that means the battery ship doesn't have to do this on its own. I mean, it can do it on its own with suspend, but it doesn't have to. And the dual laser ship doesn't have to slowly kill this because usually it's only the carrier that's left. Signals don't really last long enough to ramp up the dual laser, so it's sort of sitting at a first ramp and not really doing much damage to the carrier with the alpha wamp. But yeah, and because I got rid of that sector, I came up here because this is the closest one. Start loading from this sector quick as possible, and luckily, not only did the ghost help me keep my ramp, but the carrier decided to join in the fun, and this is another thing that I should be doing, but I don't really. I don't know why I don't, but when I'm doing sort of this alpha wamp thing, I should really have the excuse me, should have the rocket launcher ship in range to help bombard the planet, because even though it is a little counterintuitive with killing all these signals and the guardians with explosives, there are enough capital ships usually to keep my ramp going, and by the time my ramp goes away, there's only one or two ships, capital ships there. So, and this is a pretty good example. So I can snipe these two. Well, I guess snipe the carrier itself. Took out those interceptors as well. Pretty lovely. Let the shield take care of that. Yeah, that wasn't a big spawn. I thought it was, but I was trying to save my shield for the second wave of ghosts that I saw spawning. But I EMP'd very late there. I should have EMP'd a little sooner than that, but it's alright. So, that's 2 sectors down pretty much. Yeah. Again, as I've said like many times before, the concern with the Stooges isn't really clearing, it's defending. And I guess so far I have been defending decently well. Sniped that storm there. Except for here. Yeah, when you defend, you kind of have to keep a ship outside to lure ghosts in. This ship kind of dead, and I was out of time, so I couldn't move this transport out of the way. I guess I could have possibly. Well, maybe not. I don't know, because that artifact loaded just when the ghost swung by. So, excuse me. So, yeah. Okay. Okay. Apologies. It's a frog in the throat and all that. Forgot what I was saying, but yes. Had to let the stealth happen there. So it's kind of vulnerable at this point. And yeah, I don't know why I don't learn that the battery ship cannot be on the outskirts, because that's where the ghosts come from. So, and I couldn't come here because of all the interceptors just parking at this planet with the transport there. Move out of the way of those there. And yeah, let the dual laser kind of deal with that. And try to have the battery kind of keep an eye on these interceptors in case they come up here. Which is weird, because the battery ship is normally the most active ship, but not this time. Got those interceptors out of the way. My alpha wamp had come off cooldown with Vengeance, so wanted to get into position to hit this planet as well. And I waited until the ghosts were in range to leap onto all of these Serbs here. So, again, which is something I could do more often because the ghosts are kind of relentless, and while defending, I don't really use leap. So, I could use leap to kill the ghosts. I mean, I would need some good timing, but shouldn't be too bad to do that. Now I got these interceptors, the guardians, cleaning up a few adjacent sectors and whatnot. A bit of a waste here, but at least I got rid of all the signals, and I'm doing some damage to the carrier, not much. And yeah, I just wanted to clean up this sector, get the carrier in a good position to rocket it down as well. Up here, didn't see these sneaky ghosts. Every time I do like a play, a maneuver that is across the star, do the ghosts show up to bully the battery ship? The sneaky bats, always getting snuck upon. Let the Dozer kind of deal with that with its decoy drone. Yeah, I keep having to move away from these ghosts to shoot them down with my rocket launcher. Bit of a pain. Don't know why. It is the way it is, I suppose. And yeah, burning time here because Andreas loves to troll his players. I don't know why I bother, honestly. Deal with that interceptor. Luckily, all this didn't spawn next to the transport, but we'll just wait. They do. So, but, the star is pretty much clear. I just have to, well, really, I guess I'm just practicing defending. If this was a real run, I would have likely loaded these two planets by now and been trying to artifact boost the arts I had. The sector was in the way, which isn't a big deal to deal with. When all three ships are busy defending, it's a bit rough, yeah. All of these spawned here. I missed the EMP. I was going to EMP that interceptor, but I missed it. Using my repair drone, but I didn't see that was a big spawn of ghosts, so it kind of did nothing. I guess it kept the ship alive, but had I known that was a big spawn, I would have moved away from that. Oh well. And yeah, luckily I do have stealth 13, so I can stealth for a while, but Jesus Christ, Andreas. See, normally if I had mass battery, a single mass battery ship would have been able to deal with all that, but no. So at this point I was gonna be like, okay, decent test. I'm gonna leave the star now. It's gonna load an artifact from here, but of course ghosts tend to target your civilian ships, so yeah, of course one spawns down here, and it's the bad one. It's the very quick spawning 20 times one. I don't really have time to load another artifact, so I was going to load an artifact, and then it triggers your rush doing that. When you load an artifact and move without loading it, or yeah, move while it's loading, you drop the artifact, but you keep your rush bonus going, so keep that going. I wanted to skirt through here, but I realized I can't because I would be in range of... Actually, I wasn't in range of the Signal and the Guardians here. I was just afraid that one of them would move into range, but looking back on this, hindsight being 2020, there's no asteroid for them to move on, so I could have slipped through here and been out of range, because unless they move to this side of the asteroid, which it would take them a while to do, and I have rush 15, so I would have been pretty quick to zip through here. I don't have stealth, so that was out of the question. But yeah, once these ships got in range, which I probably should move a bit quicker, I'm trying to get to the gate, but I forgot that when you what's it called? I can't think of what it's called, but when you bounce off of an asteroid, for lack of a better term, you lose that rush bonus. So if I had kept that rush bonus, I probably would have made it to the gate in time. But yeah, you can see the time and the time and the time. And yeah, that didn't really work out too well. But it's fine. Again, I have nothing to spend credits on, so it's okay if I lose a few ships. I mean, I've been losing ships like crazy, and just testing things out with this build, trying to make it clean, figure things out, learning my lessons, and kind of forgetting them and whatnot. And that kind of leads me to the bittersweet part of this experiment, right? I've learned a lot. I've had a lot of fun, but I might have to pause the Stooges for now. Seeing, excuse me, seeing how well it does. It does well clearing out, and it's probably the most fun part is clearing things out. I can't really do the loading. Uh, just defending one transport ship took a lot out of me, and that's just the transport ship. I usually have miners sitting in the entry sector, and having to defend two different points of interest is a bit rough. It's a bit almost impossible, I would say. Now, if I was playing on PC, I could see the entire star easier and potentially move around, quickly, quicker. I'm not too sure. So, essentially, I'm going to wait a little bit. I'm going to get a bit of research done. I am very close to having level 14 weapons and a level 13 rocket launcher, which will make a huge difference because that means the rocket launcher can shoot down hydras, and the level 14 dual laser can shoot down storm darts in one tick. I know it's kind of crazy. The dual laser can't kill storm darts in one tick. What's the hull on these things? 350? Yeah. The dual laser deals what, like, I want to say like 600 something? Yeah, 692, but that's 692 every like 5 ticks. So, or however many, ticks happen per second. Um, yeah, so bit rough, but yeah, if I had a higher level weapon, possibly higher level shields, because I'm pretty close to getting the next level of shields as well. I have been very lazy with my research. That's why I'm DRS 12 and I'm still rocking level 13 weapons and 13 shields. Because I haven't done RS in like 3 months, 4 months. You know how it is. But yeah, so I'm gonna do some research, but also hopefully, I mean, I doubt it, but hopefully see if Andreas will get a brain and balance the red stars a bit more. And I'm not just talking about like revamping the weapons. I mean, that would be nice, but also nerfing the ghosts because I, you can't really do much with ghosts, especially with the way they spawn in DRS 12. The only weapon that can deal with ghosts efficiently is mass battery. And aside from that, you have dual laser, which gets bullied pretty hard by ghosts. I mean, of course, you could move away from them as they spawn in, but trying to do that every time, it's a bit annoying to do that every single time. And the rocket launcher can also deal with ghosts, technically, but I also have to move away from that. It also has to move away from the ghosts as well. Um, so, yeah, a bit rough. And I guess technically Pulse can, but Pulse is not really. It's not really made for that. It's every 12 seconds, and Ghost will kill a ship in 12 seconds. If you're unlucky with the timing on the cooldown, I suppose. But yeah, with the release or the development of Quantum Stars, and as far as I know, I haven't really looked into it too much. There are going to be alternate versions of different modules, so maybe the alternate version of dual laser or rocket launcher or battery will be better at dealing with ghosts, or he can stop trying to make new things and rebalance old stars, like Red Star, the second star in the game. Um, well, I guess Red Star and Yellow Star kind of came out together, but you know what I mean. And sort of nerf the ghosts. I don't know how you would nerf the ghosts. I guess just make it like one big ghost. But I guess that'd be too close to what an interceptor is. Except it targets your ships instead of the planets. I don't know. But just some way that mass battery isn't the only viable option for dealing with the ghosts. Hell, even getting rid of the target switch delay on the battery. If it didn't have that target switch delay, it could easily knock out a group of ghosts moving away from them, of course. But still, it could. Uh, but I digress. So yeah, I'm going to pause it here. I'm going to let it simmer. I've learned a lot. I've had a lot of fun, especially learning that the rocket launcher can just kill a carrier if there's nothing defending it, and it's in range. It can just kill a carrier with no issue. Um, I will. I will try and see what I can see. But yeah. But overall, a fun run, a fun test run. But sadly, I'm going to go back to the boring mass battery and whatnot. Boo-hoo, I know. But it's fine. I can wait. Anyway, yeah, enough rambling. I shall see you some other time. Ta-ta for now.